Hello and welcome to Loppy Loves Eco. If you haven't been here before, my name is Lauren and on this channel we talk about sustainability and eco-friendly living on a budget. So today we're going to be talking about zero waste shops in Iceland and the sad news that we have lost two of them in the last few weeks. There were two zero waste shops here that have closed down. One was announced at the end of February and one was announced at the beginning of this month, March, and I believe both of them closed down within the last week. The one that we have here in Selfoss actually closed its doors yesterday. So when I moved here in 2017, I couldn't find any zero waste focused shops like bulk filling stations or anything. And that was when I was living in Reykjavik. But in 2018 I first heard about Vistvera. I think that was the year it opened, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it opened in 2018. And since then there have just been more and more opening and it's just been growing in Iceland, which is fantastic. We need more of these businesses. But Vistvera I think was the first one. Or the first one that I noticed, at least. Maybe there were more in other parts of the country that I didn't hear about. So Vistvera opened its original shop in Reykjavik. I went there one time and I believe that was the opening party. I can't remember if it was the opening party or the first birthday party of it being opened, but I'm pretty sure it was the opening party. And it was a nice shop, but it was a little bit small. I think they have now moved to bigger premises within the same building. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I read that a few months ago. And Vistvera was a great place. It had these refill cleaning products, it was constantly expanding its ranges, it had all of the zero waste essentials, you know, your reusable straws, bamboo toothbrushes, everything that you needed. But it was a little bit difficult for me to get to, as I had recently moved to Selfoss when I first heard of it. So I visited that physical shop once and then I just ordered from them online every few months what I needed. And then after that I think I found some businesses in Akureyri. Might be Vistvainable then. I think that was the next one that I started using. And zero waste shops just started popping up everywhere, especially in Reykjavik and Akureyri seem to be the two hotspots, which makes sense as Reykjavik is the capital and Akureyri is often considered the second city of Iceland. I really wanted a zero waste shop to open in Selfoss for a long time and I really wanted that to be Vistvera, as that was where I was getting most of my zero waste items from online, and I just wanted to be able to go locally and just walk to them and go into the shop physically to get the refill products. And Vistvera finally announced that they were opening a shop in Selfoss in 2020. I think it was late summer, early autumn 2020 from what I remember, and I was so excited. And for the last year and a half I have been using them for my cleaning supplies, for my laundry powder, for my hand soap. Been using their refill products constantly, and they finally closed their doors and they closed down yesterday. So now we no longer have zero waste shop in Selfoss, which is so sad. But a couple of weeks before Vistvera announced it was closing down, another zero waste shop in Reykjavik, Vonastræti, which has the best name ever, that announced that it was sadly closing its doors, and that one hadn't been around for very long. I'm not even sure if that had been a year, or maybe it was just around about a year. And that was a really nice shop. I never went there in person, but I saw photos and I had ordered from them online before. And a lot of love went into building that shop, by the looks of it. I think the owner just collected all second-hand furniture, some of it had been in a family for a long time. And that was like a real passion project for that owner, I think. That's the way it came across on social media anyway. And that must be a devastating loss. That must be so devastating to have to close down that shop. But it wasn't doing well, and apparently Vistvera in Selfoss wasn't doing well either. I spoke to one of the managers when it was closing down and asked them why, and she told me that it was because they weren't doing well. And there must be a reason why these zero waste shops aren't doing well in Iceland, because it's such a huge topic at the moment, and you would think that more people want to support these businesses and want to and get excited about them. Like I said, there is a lot cropping up, but I don't think that there's so many that there's too much competition between them. And I think a lot of people actually use a mixture of the shops, like I certainly do, at least. I don't just stay faithful to one of them. I order certain things from certain shops, because the great thing here in Iceland is that all of them seem to be selling slightly different things. They'll have like a core range of products, which are sort of universal between all of the zero waste shops here, and that's mostly the refill products, and maybe a few other like big brands in the zero waste community. But the other products, they'll all kind of sell brands that only that shop sells. And it's not like an own branded thing, it's not their own brands, but they're like foreign brands that they import in, and only those shops sell them. So a lot of people, I feel, will use different shops just to get a mixture and try a bit of everything. So I think my main theories for these shops not doing well in Iceland at the moment are lack of marketing. Some of these shops don't seem to have the best marketing departments, or not as good as some of the other shops that are doing well. I could say wrong location, but actually both of them that closed down recently were in really good locations. Vonarstræti was on one of the main streets in Reykjavik, and Vistvera was not in the new town centre, but just about 30 seconds walk from the new town centre, on the same street as the food hall. And so the locations were pretty good. I think another reason might be just lack of visual appeal. One thing I've kind of noticed is that all of the zero waste shops here kind of seem to have the same aesthetic, and it's not that interesting to look at. It's not horrible, it's nice to look at, but it's not very interesting. It's just very minimalistic and lots of wood and white walls, and I understand that that fits into the zero waste aesthetic, but it's probably not the best for drawing customers into the shop if you just look the same as everyone else. I wonder if like some big bright displays, you know, bright colours and just something a little bit different might have attracted more people into the shop to have a look round. And for Vistvera in Selfoss specifically, I feel like the unit that they were in didn't fit the products they had. Like the space didn't work well for the business that they had there, I guess. It kind of felt a little bit cramped, and it was like an L-shaped shop, and then they had like a part of the shop they'd sectioned off as like the storage area for the other products that they hadn't got on display yet. But the L shape just, it felt a little bit cramped and not so good for the refill products. It was just sort of shoved into one corner. And it just, yeah, I don't think the layout worked very well with that shop. I don't think it was very well planned out. I think if they'd moved into a unit with more space, and possibly a more modern unit, 'cause this one was quite old, maybe it would have done a little bit better. But I don't know, I'm not an expert on these things, so I don't know. But what we need to do as a community to stop more of these zero waste shops closing down is just use them, because if we don't use them, we'll lose them, and we don't want that. I think it's great that supermarkets and mainstream shops are selling more eco-friendly zero waste products, but we do still need to support these smaller independent zero waste businesses which run zero waste as their entire business model. Like, they won't produce any waste like these supermarkets do. They produce a hell of a lot of waste, and we just need to support them a bit more. So if you have a zero waste shop local to you and you've never been in there, just go in and have a look around. Even if you don't buy anything, it's worth having a look. And even if you don't know if you want to switch over to completely zero waste products, you could just try something. Maybe just buy a bar of soap or a little tiny bit of washing powder and refill. Just support them a little bit, support them in what way you can. Okay, so one of the plus sides, I guess, of these zero waste shops closing down is that they had massive sales with huge discounts, huge savings to be had. I say plus side, I mean I'd rather the shop still be open, but it's nice to be able to get some discounted products and be able to try things that I've put off buying due to financial reasons. So I will show you what I bought at Vornestreiti first and then Vistvera. So from Vornestreiti, where shall I start? Okay, first of all I just got this wooden nail brush because I've been needing one for a long time and just never got around to buying one. They're not expensive anyway, but it was discounted so it was even cheaper than usual. I also got this for my boyfriend. This is not for me. He prefers using these brushes to do the dishes. I prefer using reusable sponges. And he has this brush, but it will eventually wear out, so I just got him a backup one for when it does. I also got for my boyfriend these bamboo cotton buds. Yeah, he uses these every day. He gets through a lot of them. And these are made from sustainable bamboo and organic cotton, so we just stocked up because why not. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but I guess I will. These are Lovability Condoms. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much about them, but if you buy them from a sustainable business. There we go. This, I have mixed feelings. I don't know if you're going to be able to see on the camera. I'm going to try and put pictures of the products somewhere in one of the corners, but I'm not too tech savvy and don't know if I'll be able to do it. So this is a perfume oil. Now I don't wear perfume anymore. I do wear essential oils as perfume sometimes, but I did want to get a perfume oil, like a roll-on, like fancy perfume oil, and I saw that these were on discount and I just jumped at the chance. The scents weren't very interesting, they were just kind of like essential oil scents. I would have preferred to have like a blended scent, but I thought this would be better than essential oils for some reason. And I got fresh vanilla because that just sounded like it would smell so good. I don't know how I feel about this. So it's what it's like, it's in a roller bottle. It doesn't smell like vanilla to me. I mean, like a tiny bit, but that's not what I smell. I don't know what I smell, but it doesn't smell like vanilla to me. And I'm not too sure if I like it. It's very sweet. And I just don't know if it's for me. I have worn it a few times and I will continue to wear it as I bought it. But I don't know if I'd get that again, honestly. I also bought this JL Naturals Ethical Essentials CBD Lip Balm in mint. Now, I get through a hell of a lot of lip balm, I'll be honest. That is one thing that is always on me no matter what. I always try to take my phone, my keys and my lip balm. It's not my essentials. And even if I don't need my keys or even my phone, my lip balm is one thing that I will always have on me no matter what. And if I run out of lip balm or I lose my current lip balm, all hell breaks loose. So it's not a brand I've got before, and I'm not a huge fan of these like paper tubes usually, but this one is smaller, so it might be better, because normally the problem is that they're so big that when you try to push up, break it, when you try to push them up, they are, your finger will get stuck at a certain point, but that's clearly not a problem on this one. And the tube can kind of degrade before I finish it, but this one's little, so maybe that won't happen. But I wanted to try it because it is CBD lip balm, and I'm quite into my CBD products at the moment, so we'll see how that is. And it is mint scented, and mint lip balm is my favourite lip balm of all time. And finally, from Vornestreiti, something that I would never have bought if it wasn't on sale. I don't wear nail varnish anymore. Partly because my job doesn't allow it, and partly because I found out a few years ago that it contains plastic, which I never thought about, and it just chips off, and it's just not very good environmentally. But ZAO is a zero waste cosmetic company, beauty brand, and I decided to just pick up a few nail varnishes from them. I haven't decided yet what makes them more eco-friendly besides the bamboo lid. I need to check the ingredients, because as far as I'm aware you can't make nail varnish without plastic, but I could be wrong. So I got them in this plum colour. You're not going to be able to see, I was just going to blend in with my black t-shirt, but that's like a purple plum colour. That's a clear top coat, and my favourite is a clear glittery top coat. Is the light going to catch it? Probably not. I have tried this one and I really liked it. I tried it just by itself. So those were my products from Varnastræti for the last time ever, which is sad. Varnastræti means Hope Street in Icelandic, by the way, and there's also a film of the same name. And I just think it's a lovely word. I think it's a lovely name, honestly. Right, so now the stuff from Vistvera. There is quite a bit more. So my boyfriend and I actually did 3 trips to Vistvera when we knew that they were closing down. So we just got a little bit on each trip, and it kind of built up a lot. This is not mine, it's my boyfriend's. It's a J.R. Liggett's shampoo bar. I don't think he has used shampoo bars in the past. He's tried mine when we're travelling, but he normally uses liquid shampoo. I think he's bought that because he can't get it in refill anymore, unfortunately, because Vistvera has closed down. So that was his. I needed some compost bin bags, so these are my compost bin bags. I think it's really cute that the opening is this little plastic free box. That's actually the opening to get the bags out, which I thought was really cute. So next I got these copper Scourin pads. It's kind of like steel wool but made out of copper, and there's 2 in a pack. And these are meant to be better, like more gentle than steel wool and more longer lasting. And I've heard that they can be used on enamel pans, which is great because I constantly get stuff burnt on my enamel pans, and you can't really use steel wool on them. So I'm excited to try them, but also a little bit nervous. Another lip balm, just in case I can't get any more for a while. I've been using this brand for months and months now. I've kind of tried to go through all the different flavours they have at Vistvera. I actually bought a new one just a few weeks ago, and they last me about 3 months, so it's going to be a while before I need this. And hopefully this summer I'll be getting my new Hilo lip balm, which I recently backed on Kickstarter, which is a bit like Wild deodorant. It's like an aluminium lip balm case, and you just have paper refills that go inside. But we know that Kickstarters can take a long time and there can be problems, so just in case it doesn't come this summer, I've got a couple of lip balms to keep me going. This, some of you might know what it is, but this is a sourdough basket that I nearly dropped. So I've been making sourdough pizza for a few months now. Tried making bread once, and this is just the basket that you rise the dough in, and it has this lovely spiral pattern on it that will transfer onto the bread. It's just to shape the loaf, really. You don't bake this. You take the loaf out after it's risen, but it's just to shape the dough. And I thought these were made out of clay for a long time for some reason, until the moment that I picked it up and realised it's made out of wood. And it was a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be, which is why I put off buying one for so long. And it was even cheaper because of the discount, so that was great. I got one of these Turkish towels, finally. I'd wanted to try them for a long time, but for the price I was not confident in trying them. So this is by a brand which I will find somewhere, maybe. This is by Ottomania and it is 100% organic cotton. I believe it's Turkish cotton actually. And so these towels are ultra thin, like you're probably not going to be able to see the thickness of it, but this is just like a tablecloth, like a cotton tablecloth. It's so thin, but it is super absorbent and quick drying, and it actually feels warm when you have it wrapped around you, and it is huge. Like, for reference, I'm 5'8", and I held it from the floor up to as high as I could, and it's like just a little bit shorter than I am, and also pretty wide, like this wide, so you can easily wrap yourself up in it, and it is just really nice. It feels really good. So I'll be using that not just as a towel, but probably also as a picnic blanket or a tablecloth, maybe even a scarf. I'll probably be taking it hiking with me as a towel. Next, I got quite a bit from Millie and Sissy. So I've used it once before, and basically it's shower gel or hand soap or shampoo that comes in like pouches, and it's powdered, and each pouch makes up 500 millilitres of product. So the pouches are 40 grams each, and you add it to a bottle and fill it up to 500 millilitres, shake it, leave it overnight, and in the morning it's like this thick creamy, like cream, shower cream or body wash, whatever you want. It's like, it's magic. So I finally bought the proper dispenser for it. I put off buying this for a long time. I just think they're so pretty, and I thought it was glass for some reason, which is why it put me off buying it, because I can't have glass in the shower because I'm just too clumsy. But it's aluminium. I could have bought one months ago, so I'm glad I got it discounted. So I got the proper bottle, and I do use shampoo bars and soap bars in the shower, but this is nice. Sometimes I get like sensitive skin and can't really use the bar soap for a while, so this will be nice for the times in between when I want a break. So I bought one sachet of the vanilla and caramel shower cream, and this is the one that I used before. I only picked up one the first day that we went to the sale. Wish I'd picked up more because all of them were gone by the time I went back. It was annoying. I picked up 2 of the Cherry Blossom shower cream, and these were the last 2. And the last one was the Candied Tangerine hair and body wash, and I should have picked up more on the first day of the sale. Okay, so now the second time that we went to the sale and I spoke to the manager, she told us that we could actually buy the refill displays if we wanted, as everything had to be sold. I'm not really sure why everything had to be sold, as they still have the shop in Reykjavik, but maybe they didn't want to transport it, or there's some storage issues or something. But my boyfriend and I just wanted to buy the products that we'll use and won't be able to get hold of for a while. So I bought the refill display of the oh my god, it's heavy, Phil Neroli, okay, you can't read Icelandic probably, but that's fabric softener. Now I know fabric softener is not, oh my god, that's heavy. I know fabric softener is not necessary. I did not use it for so many years. But as I was buying the unscented laundry powder, I just wanted something to add a little bit of scent to my laundry because I like strong scents. I know that not everyone does. So I started buying this, and then they brought in a scented laundry powder, but I still prefer the scent of this. So I was super happy to be able to buy the whole thing. It never seemed to do well because that always seemed to be full when I went to the refill stations. They could just be refilling it, but I do feel like I was one of the only people buying that product anyway. So I'm very happy that I got it, and it was so cheap to buy the whole thing. Alright, and these next two are what my boyfriend bought. but I will also probably use. Well, I won't use this one, it's just be for him. He did want to get some hand soap in like the huge containers, but they didn't have any left. But he was very happy to buy some shower gel. This is by Mule Frigg, which is an Icelandic brand. Oh my god, that's heavy. That's full. It's a full container of it. Oh, I don't think he's noticed. My boyfriend prefers 2-in-1 products. He prefers shampoo and shower gel. This is shampoo and shower gel. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm holding it up, but you can read Icelandic. I know a lot of people who are watching this can't, but that's what it says. It's for skin and hair. Okay, and the final thing, they let him buy a box from Phil, like the actual wholesale box. I think it's got a tap in here somewhere. It might not. I'm gonna open it. He's not here. He can't tell me not to. That's the back. Yeah, what have we done? Yeah, the tap's in the front. Yeah. So it actually has a tap at the bottom. And this is washing up liquid. So he bought the whole 10-litre container because they wanted to get rid of them. And they just said there's stuff in the back, if you want something in the back just take it. So he bought that, and I'm glad he did because I will also use that. I do use the washing up liquid from Phil. He did get the unscented one. I normally use the ginger one, but that's fine. So yeah, we bought quite a lot and it worked out very cheap actually for what we bought. So I'm glad that we were able to get them so cheap in a sale, but it's very bittersweet because we are losing these shops in the process. So that's all I really have to say today. Have you got any zero waste bargains recently? Are there any zero waste shops that have closed down near you or doing well near you? Let me know in the comments below and have a lovely day. Bye!